This video is focusing on MLA formatting. MLA stands for Modern Language Association, which is basically a bunch of smart people to get together and say, this is the way we want our essays to look. There are other formats. One is APA, you use that a lot for science writing, but MLA format is probably the most universal. It's something you're going to be using in most of your classes throughout high school and college, so we need to make sure that we understand the small intricacies of it. On the screen right now, you can see a very well formatted MLA essay. When yours is finished, you should hope that yours looks exactly like this in the formatting, okay, because everything is done correctly. We're going to take a look at a couple of errors from our last essay, including spacing issues, header and title issues, alignment, and font style errors that we need to fix. This right here is a clear error of spacing. Okay, they did a good job of creating their header here for the most part, but in the actual essay itself, we have a spacing issue. This is single spaced. Okay, we need to make sure that we are double spacing, and it's not hard to do. What you do is you just highlight everything. You go to this little icon right here. It says line spacing. Go to double, and bam, there you go. Everything's great. Tiny error for this one. This person, their tab is kind of messed up, so you need to make sure that it is set up correctly. Usually just hit tab on your keyboard and it's all good. Okay. When you fix it, your double spacing should look just like this. Okay, no single spacing. As far as the header goes, this basically comes down to just remembering what information's in there and putting it in the correct order. Okay, so this person does have their name, they do have the class information, they do have the due date, but they're missing their teacher. Okay, so it should go your name, your teacher's name, your class. Be sure that you're capitalizing these things. Okay, that's important because it is technically a proper noun. And then your due date here. Okay, in college you'll have your class number right here to go along with it, but 6 hour works fine for now. Okay. Another error this person has here is their title. I know it's fancy and fun to change your title and make it look a little bit bigger or different than the rest to make it stand out, but in MLA format, we want it to look exactly the same as everything else. The only difference is it's centered. That's it. That's the only thing. Okay, so we need to make sure that this is the exact same font and size as everything else. Well, this is Arial size 11, so this needs to be Arial size 11. And then you just center it by, boom, clicking there. So very quickly we're able to fix this formatting to make it look pretty much the same as our initial example here. Okay. This essay has a fairly good header. Their title is we've got a small issue here. It's actually single spaced here to your title to the first sentence there. So we need to make sure that we double space and then that we also center our title. And then more importantly, this down here is it's not aligned correctly. When we're finished, we should have a straight line of text from here all the way down to the end, with the exception of our indents on our first line. So what this person probably did is just kind of eyed when they thought the end of the line was and then pressed enter. Okay, it's much easier to just use the double spacing button to kind of do it for you. Otherwise you end up with goofy little alignments like this. So let's put everything back to the way it should be. Okay, I'm going to tab out this first line and highlight everything. Double space it. And there you go. Okay, again, just a couple of fixes there and we're able to make it look like normal, okay, like the original example. So when you're done, you need to make sure that you have your header with your name, your teacher's name, your class, due date, your title double spaced, as well as everything else in the same size and font, and everything else double spaced throughout. Okay, one thing that wasn't a big issue this time, but people tend to do it, is fancy font things. We want to always change it to let our personalities show, which is cool and beautiful, but it doesn't work for MLA format. So while this does look pretty cool, it's not going to work for our purposes. Okay, so you're going to have to save that for a different type of format and leave it the original font, which in this case was Times New Roman. Okay, and you're stuck with pretty much 11 or 12 point font. Okay, anything bigger than that is out of the format. Anything smaller than that is out of the format in most circumstances. So 11 or 12 point font, Arial or Times New Roman. If you're looking for any more information, there is tons of it on this website, owl.english.purdue.edu. It's a great website for almost anything English related, but it goes into fantastic detail into what MLA format's all about. Even provides a little sample that looks very, very similar to ours, so you can, figure out anything, answer any questions that you might have about it. Alright, I hope you use this information to make any fixes on your essay and improve for the next time.